what we all know, you and I know as payment and its form is going to keep changing and it's going to be in much quicker successions. But the thing is, what is driving this? I'll call it the proliferation of mobile phones, devices, and everything, all the gadgets we have. So today, I don't know if anybody was, early this year, we had the bobsled ladies coming to Nigeria. The ladies that represented Nigeria for the Winter Olympics. Was anybody aware? Yes. And there were some videos that were shown then where we actually showcased how they were making payments via gloves. So payments were actually being made via gloves in the Winter Olympics. I mean, if you think about it, it's very cold, usually during the Olympics, the Winter Olympics. So the idea is, how do you make payments? You have to go back into your wallet. And so we ensure that we're able to make payments via gloves. Now that tells you how payments is evolving. So those are part of the wearables. Today, payments can be made via your Fitbit, payment can be made via rings, and it's going in quick succession. And then you also look at cars. So you probably may have seen some things online where, you know, in your car you can make a payment for maybe the insurance to book a stuff. Everything is kind of connected to your plastic card or virtual card that is somewhere. And then, of course, the retail. The retail is still the traditional. You go into the store, but you look at the various forms where payment is made, and also online. So you also see that online, you don't necessarily even need to go out of your house, but payments can be made. And then, of course, the mobile that we're all used to. Is there anybody in this room that has never, ever had to make a payment via the phone for anything? Maybe a transfer, anything. I've never done it. Amazing. There is nobody here that has never completed a payment on phone. That shows you that first and foremost, we all have mobile phones. The other day I read a research that says that in Nigeria, that 80% of Nigerians now actually have mobile phones. Now that's amazing, that's powerful. And then of course we have what we call the Internet of Things, where payments are kind of linked to your fridges, and payments are linked to your television set and all that. So when you look at it, the channels are evolving. Of course, in different markets, in different geographies, in different countries, you'll probably find some more prevalent. And I think you all will probably agree with me, the one that is prevalent here. Anybody? Is there anybody that can help me? Which of the channels is becoming more common? Mobile. So that's the channel. So that's the channel we'll be looking at, and I'll be speaking to you on what Visa is doing around that space. So last year, we launched what we call the QR codes. And I know there's been questions from people. Why the QR code? What's the benefit? I mean, why? You have a plastic card. Why don't we continue with that? But the reality is that there are 1,000,001 challenges that we also see with the plastic card. Doesn't mean it's going to go away. I don't think so. But most importantly, if we need to ensure that electronic payment continues to grow, then we definitely need to think about something more different. So what do we have? What we cannot see and what we saw, which led to the development of QR, is cash. Cash is still very, very prevalent. And there are 1,000,001 reasons why cash is expensive. Cash is not the best for us. So a good example is for banks, when you go to a bank and you're a business owner, and the bank will tell you that we need your transaction history. We need to be able to see and have an assessment, an independent assessment of how much turnover you make. Now that is probably going to be a bit difficult if you do a lot of cash payments. So you take money from your customers, you also pay your suppliers with cash, so you don't have history. So it's your word against theirs. So you say, yeah, I do 5 million, but the bank can't really see it. So we need to definitely see how we can help businesses move more money into their bank accounts, and so they have history. But there are challenges, and this is why cash is still very prevalent. One is the fact that, yes, debit cards were launched in Africa and Nigeria, and people started even calling debit cards ATM card, because that's what they do with it. They go there, take out cash, go to the market and buy. Okay? Other things we saw with it is the POS, so you go into a store, you even want to make a payment with a card, and they don't have a POS. So it makes it difficult for you to even complete the payment. And sometimes there's a concern of, I've used my card in a particular location once, and after that I saw that the card was cloned. So you have concerns around risk and trust and all. And so those are the different challenges we kind of see around the card for the consumer. And then for the merchant as well, they're worried about the fact that, look, I've asked my bank, is there any business owner here that has tried to apply for a POS machine and never got? Is there anyone? Yes, thank you so much. You apply to the bank says, look, we're sorry because it's expensive. Each device is about $300. So when the bank thinks about that cost, like, we can't afford this. So there are 1,000,001 challenges with, you know, what we have today, something different. So we thought about what is that one thing, and everybody kind of agreed with me here that the one thing that in terms of the different channels they've utilized before is mobile. And I'm gonna ask a very, very interesting question here. Is there anybody in the room today that has ever forgotten his or her mobile phone at home? Maybe something happened, you've forgotten. Thank you. Ma'am, can you please rise? I would like to hear the experience. How did you feel that day? Sorry? You were not that much bothered. She's amazing, right? Is that the common trend? Anybody that can share an experience? Yes, ma'am. She felt empty. Empty. Is there anybody else that feels the same way that's ever had that? Yes, sir. You feel useless. Now, it's amazing. I was at a training once, and we had this cognitive neuroscientist. Do you know that what she said? That the addiction that we have today to our mobile phones is worse than the addiction you have to cocaine. It's amazing. You can hardly do anything without it. The reality is that you can actually leave your bag or wallet at home today, but you will not forget your phone. You will go back. So that's how powerful that little device is. And so what it means is that our entire lives are actually wrapped around it. And so the point is, how do we make it easier for you? Because if your life is wrapped around it, then we need to just ensure that you don't need to bother about anything else and just make sure that you're always on the go. So we had the mobile phone. We looked at the mobile phone. And we said, how do we kind of link that mobile phone to your bank account so that payment continues, right? So you probably walk into a store, you need a drink, you just do a quick payment, and you're on the go. And so we looked at the different features. One of the things we pride ourselves in is the security and the platform we have as Visa. And we ensure that, yes, this will have to continue to work on the rails of Visa platform. We looked at the fact that that payment, what you know as a plastic is now virtual. So it's actually a plastic card in the cloud, so to speak. So we make sure that that thing that is riding on that phone is still your card, so to speak. But the beauty is that nobody knows the number. So you don't have a fear of, if I go into a store, maybe the teller looks suspicious, she's copied my number. She can't. There's no way it's going to happen because it's all in your control. The other thing is that we also ensure that it is not a closed loop. So even if you're a customer of a Diamond Bank and the merchant is not, you can still make payments. So it's agnostic. So we're not tying you to a little community that will make it difficult. In fact, the reality is that as it continues to spread, you can actually make payments from Kenya. So is there any lady in the house here that is an Instagram seller and probably has customers across Africa? Anybody? Yes. Well, so what we're saying is that you can actually just give them your QR and they'll make payment for you as far as that country is enabled. That's the power behind this. Now, what we've also done is that we know that payment is evolving. It's not going to be this forever. And so we ensure that any other method of payment, we can build it on it. So some of you are probably aware of contactless, where you can just tap and go. Yes, we can also build it on it. But we're just laying the foundation, laying the infrastructure, ensuring that no matter how payment continues to evolve, if it's contactless, just tap and pay, if it's a scan, whatever it is. And then, of course, my colleagues have also said some people will still want to take out cash. We'll still be able to take out cash with that. So those are the different things that we're trying to put in place for you. So now this is where we're going to get a bit of a practical demonstration. So kind of walking you through how it works. Is there anybody that has a mobile app here on his phone right now? You have a mobile app? Any mobile app? Any mobile app? Anyone? Okay? All right. I'm going to need 5 volunteers. You know, they always say that those that come early, there's benefit to. So I need 5 volunteers. Please come to the stage. 5 volunteers. Since I'm a woman, I need like 3 women and 2 men. No, please feel free. Okay, so 1. Please stay here, sir. 1, 2. Okay? Yes, please, ma'am. 3. Beautiful, beautiful. 4. So we have how many now? Please start putting on your mobile apps. Check on your mobile app if you have, look for Visa QR, M-Visa, QR payments, anything. So, Young, they want to check with them and help. So what we're going to do, you remember I was telling you about how POS devices are expensive. Now, the beauty of QR payments, the beauty of bank app. Oh, sorry, bank mobile app, sorry. Apologies. So what we're saying is that this is not the POS device. It's just a sheet of paper. In fact, you can actually just stick it on the table in your office. Or if you're online, you can actually just have this QR and put it on your Instagram page for those that sell on Instagram, or have it on your website. And if you're, what are the other forms of payments? So online, in-store, anywhere. It's simple. You don't need your bank to charge you for anything to get this. So that's the amazing part of it. Now, anybody can make payment to you, and that's what they're going to demonstrate here. So I've asked them, those that have the mobile apps, please open up your mobile apps. Okay? And now, the beauty is this. You notice that I didn't say, do you have a particular bank mobile app? I just want to show that any bank can pay any bank. So this is a Diamond Bank merchant. So this is a Diamond Bank merchant. We've printed this. Now, the beauty is, even for those that don't have this, as far as your bank mails it to you, they're going to also make payments. They're going to make payments. So this is another QR. It's already on the phone. So you can imagine, even if you're a store, you don't have it printed, you just give it to them and they'll scan to pay. So I'm going to end it here after this. We're just going to just to show you how powerful it is. And of course, we have our booth there at Visa. Feel free to go. All the merchants that are in the food court are activated. Feel free to try it. And if you have questions, speak to us. But let's just try this. Anyone ready?
He's ready.
He's ready, okay. They're just going to try it. It's just a sample. They could put anything, 50 naira, 100 naira, 1 naira, anything. Have you scanned? Anybody else ready to try? So, of course, the challenge, and MTN, is MTN here? The challenge that we still see with this is the fact that because of network connectivity around Nigeria, and of course in this building right now, it sometimes may be slow. But what we've realized is that if you're actually on a 4G SIM, it's a lot easier. If you're within Wi-Fi, it's a lot easier. And we're also solving for the USSD. So what we're doing is, even if you don't have internet, even if you don't have data on your phone, with a code, you can just make a payment to this merchant. So that's also amazing. So again, you can go to the booth and we'll show you how that works. Okay, anyone ready to try? Has anyone tried? He has. Don't worry, we're going to give you a gift for that. That is more than 50 naira. So could you tell us what you actually, how it works? So you scanned?
Yeah, I scanned. Okay. And the merchant name came out.
No, the merchant name
and you have to input the amount and your PIN, and that's all.
Fantastic. So all he did is scanned, the merchant name came up, he put the amount and his PIN, and that's it. So it's simply scan, pay, go. Thank you so much. So for coming now, we're going to give them this gift. So let's start from him. Thank you. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Can you test mine as well? Can I be tested as well? I mean, I don't mind the bags. Anyway, no problem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very interesting, won't you say? All you have to do these days is just scan. So no need for typing anything at all. Really interesting what is available
Thank
with
you so much.
Technology. Please can we put our hands together again for her?